Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be going over my games that I pushed max to 1K in. Now before I get into the commentary of the actual games, I would like to go over what's the best way to play Duo Showdown to get a 1K. So the first thing would be to be very consistent in the way you play. Don't get too aggressive off the very beginning unless you know you can win. And the other thing is working the map. So there's 5 spawn points in Duo Showdown, and so you need to know which spawn points are where and which way you need to push for each one. To add on to that, you also need to be very careful when it comes to power cubes, because it doesn't always take 7 power cubes to win a game. You can win a game or even get second place, because it doesn't matter if you get first or second when it comes to Duo Showdown. When you're up that high in trophies, it's a plus 6 for a second place and plus 7 for a first. And so if you just know how to push teams into each other, you can get a second place very easily, no matter what your power cube level is. So now that I've explained that, this is one of my games toward 1K max, and right now I am bush camping, which is not a great strategy because most of the time you get pinched, but my teammate was down, so I had to stall until he came back. My teammate is Sir Salty Bird. He's a great player and friend of mine. We have always been pushing together. It's a lot of fun. So now I've supered to give my teammate, who has a lot of range, some extra speed. So now there's a Sprout team with 11. So this team is going to be really hard to beat, and we would have to probably just end up trying to push a different team into them in order to get second place. So now I'm camping again just because it's kind of hard for me to do anything against a 11 power cube B, and I'm trying to wait for my teammate to get back. Okay, now it's second place, so we've already got plus 6 trophies, so I'm spending to let them know, hey, we're not going to win this. You can just come over here and finish off the game. But we end up trying to get something out of it, but they're just too high power cube. 20 power cube team is pretty hard to beat. So getting into the second game, I'm still playing with Salty. This is not going to be the same teammate each time, but I'm still playing with Salty. And there's a team on the right. It's a Tara and a Jessie. And Salty is just doing a great job of applying pressure and getting his super, because with Surge, you kind of need to get your super. With Max, it's mainly I'm running the star power where if I move, I start to gain my super. And the gadget I'm using is the dash gadget because I didn't have the other one at the time. And so my job is basically just to get super as quickly as possible and just use it so that my teammate can get as much damage as possible. And so now I think I'm going to activate super. I don't know. So we're just pushing this team. And Max is very good in Duo. Her supers can just be cycled very easily, and it's very easy to get it back. And so my teammate does not make a great play, so he ends up going down. So now I'm pinned in a corner, and now I'm pinched very hard. Thankfully I used my gadget and my speed to get around that Nani, and now we're still being pushed by that 7 power cube team down there, but we are in a good spot now. I'm just regaining my health in the bush, and we're in a really good spot to get second place. And so my recording lags a little bit right here, so don't worry about it. But we're in a really good spot on this top left corner because it's really easy to get movement. Like the movement and the walls is very easy to just get a kill and then get back behind the wall. It's very, very secure spot when it comes to trying to secure at least a second place. So now we're using this wall to our advantage, and there is a 7 power cube Sandy, which is not good, but that Tara just whiffed pull, so that's very good. Salty's going to make a very aggressive move, and he ends up going down, but I end up getting a bunch of power cubes as a result of it. Now I'm going to use my gadget to get away from the Sandy, and I'm going to use this wall to heal up, and then hopefully be able to get out and kill Sandy. So I pushed Sandy out away from where I am, which is very good because now we have the middle, which is a very easy place to command in order to get a win. Salty just absolutely annihilated that person, that Gale, and did a great job of abusing the fact that he was immune to damage for 5 seconds. And so there was an easy victory just by playing our positioning. And now going into this next game, I think we are at around 970 trophies, if I'm not mistaken. So now we are trying to get a few power cubes very easily. That right spawn on this map makes it very easy to get a bunch of power cubes on that one. I got surprised by Daryl here. I doubled back when he was rolling so that I was able to escape with my life and didn't get absolutely annihilated. So we finish off the kill on the Daryl. We have 7 power cubes. I have super. We're doing very well. I stutter stepped behind the wall for absolutely no reason. And my teammate is chasing down a Dynamite currently. And if you don't know me in person, you wouldn't know this, but I have an absolute hatred for Tick, and I always want him to die first. If there's a Tick on the map, I'm always looking for a way to kill Tick. And so that's what I was thinking when I was wanting to fight this team, is I wanted Tick to die. So it's not often great to pick on a Tick, especially when he has a wall to use, but we did it anyway because we're silly. And if you didn't know, Max is kind of like an auto-aim brawler, at least to some people. Although I would not advise auto-aiming with Max, especially when you're playing Showdown, because every little piece of damage helps. So if you can use your shots to your advantage and hit them at the right times, it is just absolutely so helpful. And so now I'm being chased down by a Tick head that has way too much health. And so I ended up getting hit by it. And I gadgeted through his mine so I wouldn't get hit by it. I then got Salty back alive. He kills the Tick. And then it's pretty easy victory here because it's a 2v1. And I have even power cubes with him. So we're just going to rush him with my super and finish the kill. So now, going into this game, Salty decided to switch brawlers. Surge wasn't really working. He was pushing above 1,000 trophies, and so that got kind of difficult. But, so he's now on Carl. He's such a good player all around that it doesn't really matter what brawler he's playing, he's going to do well. And so we've got 4 power cubes, almost 5, and that's very good. I probably should have finished that kill on that Max, just because I could have pretty easily, but I didn't want to get too aggressive just in case that Max was a really good player and could have killed me. So I'm going to help out Salty here. We almost go down to Mortis. Mortis is a very dangerous brawler when it comes to combos. He can annihilate you very quickly. Well, Salty got the kill on the Max, and so now we're at 9 cubes, and we're sitting very well here. Like, we don't really need to do anything. We just need to keep people off of us. We could honestly just let the other team fight it out. No one's going to beat us when we have 9 power cubes. So now it's Showdown. We've already got +6 trophies, and we've got 11 power cubes, so there's really nothing to worry about. I gadgeted through the Dynamite stun shot so I wouldn't die to it, because Dynamite, when he stuns you, can be very deadly. I finish off the Dynamite, and Salty finishes off the Max. And now going into the next game, this is my last 2 games. My teammate couldn't help me finish off this pull. Salty couldn't do it. And so as a result, I got one of my clubmates to help me out, and he's playing Tick. This map is absolutely broken for Tick. Tick is just so good, and Max is also very good at countering Tick, so basically we are the broken brawler with his counter. So we've got 5 cubes already just by pushing people away, and my teammate's doing a great job of doing his thing. And now we are pushing Gene and Spike and a Shelly and Crow team. And so as they're basically just fighting each other, which is really good with Tick, because you can just push everybody into each other, and it's super easy to gain control. So now we've pushed everyone upward. So now 3 teams left. They're pushed up, and we have 7 cubes. Should be fairly easy to finish this game off. I finished off Gene before he's able to get his super off, which could have been dangerous. But now, 10 power cube tick with a 10 power cube max, it's just about over. So unless my teammate did make a mistake in getting hit by the stun and ended up going down, but I was able to finish off the dynamite, and so it's a 15 power cube max versus a 2 power cube max. And it's, unless you absolutely throw the game on purpose, you're not going to lose. And so I'm pretty sure we end up finishing this game off, and it puts me one game away from getting a 1K. Yep, my teammate gets ambushed by Max, and still 16 power cube max versus a 1 power cube dynamite and 2 power cube max. Pretty easy. He's just playing Ring Around the Rosie now. Yep, and that's game. So now going into the last game to get to 1K max. Same teammate. Thankfully, he helped me out with the last 2 games and didn't back out, because not everyone's comfortable playing up that high in trophies. So there's a tick up top, and so my brain automatically says, I hate tick, so let's go fight them. And so I think that's what we end up doing. We end up pushing that team, or maybe they end up pushing us away, so I decided to go for this tick instead. But 4 power cube tick and 4 power cube max are pretty strong. And so we're just running around pushing teams upward. So this map is very good with positioning. If Max can push you upward, you can just dominate the game, and you basically get to say, okay, you fight this team, you fight this team. There's a 6 power cube, M's in the middle, so that's something to be concerned about. But my teammate's doing pretty good at pushing people away, and he's being a good tick, in other words. So now I supered and am rushing a team. So now we are pushing the tick and max into a corner, and there's not much they can do about this because they're just pinned between 2 teams, and it's going to be really hard. Sometimes you can get away with getting out of this and reversing the positioning, but if the other team knows what you're doing and you get stuck in a corner, you're kind of done. And so it's unfortunate that this happened to them, but we just played it well and was able to push people away. And my teammate did a great job. And so we ended up finishing one team and then killing the M's. My teammate did get hit by dynamite quite a few times. He ends up going down here, so it scared me for a second, but then I realized that the dynamite had 1 power cube or 0 power cubes, and he ends up suiciding into the storm by accident, and that got me a 1K max. And so hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.